With Ohio Governor Mike DeWine's term about to expire, there will soon be a new family living in the governor's mansion in Columbus.
Will it be Democrat Amy Acton or Republican Vivek Ramaswamy? 68 days to go now until Election Day, and this race is neck and neck. Yesterday, by the way, I spoke with Acton. That story can be found at WLWT.com. Today, my one-on-one with Vivek Ramaswamy. One-on-one at WLWT, a what-if discussion with Republican candidate for Ohio Governor Vivek Ramaswamy. What if you're elected in November? What's the first state problem to fix?
So I think the biggest problem in this state is the cost of living is way too high, and paychecks have not really kept up with inflation. The good news, Mike, is I think there's a lot a governor can do to address that. If I'm elected as governor, I know I will. The three categories where I'm going to make the biggest difference quickly, I'm talking next year, I'm talking 2027, starting in January. Lower property taxes, lower electric bills, lower health care bills. Those are three areas where a governor can actually deliver for this state.
How do you convince people who live paycheck to paycheck that you're for them?
Well, the truth is I wasn't born a billionaire or a millionaire or an anything heir. I was born an heir to nothing in a middle-class family off I-75 with a dad who worked his entire career at the GE plant right there in Evendale, Ohio. I saw my parents go through struggles and go through hard times, but get through it by doing what they needed to do for our family. And then I've been able to live this American dream.
You talk about being tough on crime.
Yes.
Does the criminal justice system need tinkering? If so, what would you do?
Well, I think the evidence suggests that the criminal justice system needs a lot of change, not just tinkering, but we got to be practical about what we're delivering. Where my focus is allowing families to live safely in our cities. One of the reforms that I am focused on are judicial reforms that stop our judges from putting violent repeat offenders back on the streets. You know who I think is doing a great job in Cincinnati? Cincinnati Police Department. You know who I think is doing great across the state? It's our men and women in blue. And I'm proud to have their endorsement. The FOP and sheriffs across the state back me. But more importantly, I back them. Too much is on their shoulders. What we really need to do is stop sending repeat violent offenders right back on the street.
Police officers found her drinking while on prescription drugs.
On the topic of attack ads, his opponent, Dr. Amy Acton, has been on the receiving end of many. In my recent interview with her, she had some strong words for Ramaswamy about those spots you see on TV all the time. She said that you've spent more than $50 million, that you personally have been cruel and ridiculous, her words, and that you've spent all this money to spread lies. Speaking directly to her or her campaign, what would your reaction to that be?
Well, what I would say is my supporters say the same thing in reverse. What I care about is let's move beyond the mudslinging. And a lot of those things on TV from both camps don't even come from the campaign. They come from third-party groups that I and she have nothing to do with. That's just how our politics works, and I would like for it to be different. But the way I approach this, Mike, is let me start from the basic assumption that we both have the best intentions at heart for the future of our state. We have different visions on how to get there, and I believe different skill sets on how to get there. I don't want to sit here and bash her.
Ramaswamy has campaigned in all 88 Ohio counties. Many he's hit multiple times. If you're still undecided, here's what he wants you to know.
One thing I want him to know is why I'm doing this. Okay, I'm not doing this for fame or fortune. Our family has been blessed beyond our wildest dreams. I grew up as the kid of legal immigrants to Cincinnati, Ohio, who came here with nothing to their name half a century ago. I'm doing this because I'm grateful to this state, to this city, really, and to this country for giving me opportunities that would not have been available to a kid like me in any other country on planet Earth. That's my motivation.
So Ramaswamy today, Acton yesterday, both stories on WLWT.com right now. Latest poll is a Fox News survey from earlier this month that gives Ramaswamy a 2-point edge. Before that, New York Times poll from June has it right now as a tie. Anybody's election.
All right. Good conversations both yesterday and today. Check them out.